from time to time, the Obama administration reminds us, oh, the drone strikes, don't worry about those. No, we only target the militants and the al-Qaeda folks. Yeah, we've executed 3 U.S. citizens without a trial or any due process. But anyways, as Attorney General Holder once famously said, due process is not necessarily judicial process. Due process could be us hanging out in a basement deciding to execute a couple of guys. That latter part was implied. So John Brennan, who is President Obama's top counterterrorism advisor, said, quote, if we have a high degree of confidence that innocent civilians will not be injured or killed, it is exceedingly rare, but it has happened. So, in other words, don't sweat it, dude. We almost never kill civilians. No, we got this thing figured out. Except for when they don't have it figured out. As it turns out, there's a new study done by law professors at Stanford, New York University. They actually went and talked to people on the ground in northwestern Pakistan. And we have killed, since 2004, 884 civilians in just northwestern Pakistan, including 176 children. So, what happened if we don't kill civilians? That didn't work out too well, right? So this is disastrous. Look, there's 3 different problems. I'm not against all drone strikes, as President Obama once said about wars. I'm against dumb drone strikes. First of all, we can't do signature strikes. That's where we hit someone and we don't know who it is. A personality strike is when we know who it is. A signature strike is, I don't know, it looks like there's guns down there. Let's just kill them and figure out who they are later. In fact, we won't even bother figuring out who they are later. Look, when you kill 176 civilian children, there's some chance you've made enemies out of 106 families who will hate you for the rest of their lives and will try to avenge them in any way possible, let alone the 884 civilians, let alone other places where we're doing drone strikes. So you want to do a drone strike against the top al-Qaeda leader? I hear you. That makes sense. You want to do them indiscriminately, like through signature strikes? It's crazy. Second thing that's crazy is a double tap. Double tap is we do a drone strike hit, first responders, rescuers, medical professionals sometimes rush in. What do? We hit them. Oh, that's hideous, man. What right-thinking American, what person with any shred of morality agrees with that? That's crazy. So now look, Brave New Foundation did a great job of finding these researchers and talking to them about what is happening in Pakistan because of this. Let's watch.
One of the things we found is that there are entire communities who live in areas where drones are flying overhead 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at times. And these people don't know when those drones will strike. They don't know who they will strike. The result is symptoms of psychological disorder, of trauma, of severe anxiety, and of dysfunctionality. We heard stories of people who won't leave their houses.
Now, Republicans will look at that and think like, oh, have we terrorized them? Oh, poor them. No, but wait, these aren't the guilty. Pakistan is supposed to be an ally. These are civilians we're talking about. Why would we do that? If we terrorize them like that, what would it make us? If you got the bad guys, everybody's on your side. If you're doing signature strikes and you're killing all these civilians and you're terrorizing the rest of the population, gee, then, Joe Scarborough asked, why do they hate us? They hate us because they hate us. Or could it be that if they had a drone over your head and your family's head the whole time and you didn't know if they were going to hit the guilty or the innocent, that you might not like that situation either, especially if they did wind up hitting members of your family? Now, how about the double taps? Let's hear about that.
The people with whom we spoke in the communities affected, almost without exception, told us when there's a drone strike, we won't go near afterwards. And we even heard this from some medical professionals.
Well, they're not going to go by a drone strike if they think they're going to get hit. And now again, knucklehead conservatives will say, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we hit them again. But think about it, man. If there was a catastrophe here and people were hurt and it was in your neighborhood, what would you do? The most humane people would rush in and try to help those people. And then they'd get murdered too. How's that for morality? Look, I love this country. I believe in the idea of America. That's why I became a citizen here. And maybe that's my problem, that I really believe in it. And as I see this, I think, What are you doing to America? We're the guys who wind up killing first responders? Why would we do that? And think about how incredibly counterproductive it is. This doesn't deter terrorism. This doesn't limit terrorism. This, if anything, it increases it because all these people wind up hating us and thinking, how can I get revenge on these guys? We were the city on a hill. We created the United Nations. We did the Marshall Plan. We rebuilt our enemies. We spread human rights across the world. We weren't alone, but we were a leader in that category. Now look at what they've done to us. And look at what their perception of Pakistan in this area is of America now.